In this video we're going to do the sliding side windows. Now I've had a lot of troubles with this because I really wanted some tinted glass or some tint film, and try as hard as I may, I couldn't find the right stuff. I could find mirror green, I could find dark green, bottle green, but I couldn't find the 70% green. So the owners told me to bolt it all back up together, put them in, and they'll sort them out when it gets to the dealership. I said, okay, no problem at all. Now, so this video is a bit of a mishmash of things I did weeks ago, things I did a couple of days ago, and today. So use your imagination a bit because the principle is the same, but it might be a long video because, well, I don't know how it's going to turn out. So anyway, I've got the frames all painted up now. These are all nicely painted, nice and dry. So let's get on with it. Side windows are quite common in Land Rovers, but just beware because there's an awful lot of aftermarket ones who are not quite the same as the original ones. I've seen some side windows that are held in with a rubber strip, just like a regular piece of glass, but they were actually sliding windows. So it's really important if you're going to buy some second hand to make sure that the aperture in your side is going to fit your glass. You know, so just be careful of that. Sometimes it's just as easy to buy the whole side and plonk it in. So what we're going to have a look at is this. We need to strip it down because, you know, it's had a few scratches on here. I'm going to repaint that in a satin black, but we're going to strip it down. Now what we need to find out is where the joints are. And there's a joint here, and there's a joint here. Now, some of them are actually jointed up there and jointed down here. And it's, so, like I said, there's lots of different types. And the most important thing you've got to do is not mix and match things up too much. So all the parts for this are going to go into a plastic bag, and we'll know we're not mixing up the left and right, because it's really important, you know, with this rubber here, we get all that right. So let's strip it down. As you know, I like to do everything real time and don't stage anything for you guys, so you can see the same problems I have. What we're going to do first of all, because we're going to reseal this, but with a little bit of urethane or silicone sealer, this foam seal. It's quite hard to get hold of, so we don't want to take it all out. What we're going to do is where the seam is here, we're going to cut it with a sharp knife. Unfortunately I haven't got one. We're going to score it, and then we're going to take our impact driver and try and get these two little screws out here. And the reason why we use the impact driver rather than a regular screwdriver is because this is aluminium, it'll shatter any threads in there, and those little screws come out quite easy. So it's really important to save them because we don't want to break them. There we go. And they come out quite easy. So we're going to do that at the other end. Now, let me just do something first because it's really important. We're going to be taking the glass out of these, but we want to put them in the right way around for the right side door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sticky tape, some masking tape, and put a cross on so we know which is the outside, because the tint always goes on the inside, it doesn't go on the outside. I have known some people do it on the outside, and when you try and scratch the snow off your car in winter, it scratches all the surface. There we go. So we know which is which, and then when we look for a pen, we'll work out which side this one is. So that's at the top. So this, the latch always goes, well, you can't see, can you? The latch always goes to the front, so this means this is the right hand one. So we're going to put on here RH, RH. Now, back to the back to the getting her off type thing. We've got those 2 screws out of there. We're going to do the same thing here. Cut the seam like that. And these screws are actually hidden a little bit further down, but they still come out quite nicely. There you go. The impact driver is an invaluable tool on Land Rovers because, like I say, it gives it that shock. When you've got a stiff screw in, if you're using like a drill like this, the instant amount of torque in it will just sort of spin it around, and you can strip the heads off. So it's really important. Or if you get stuck, if you haven't got something like this, a hammer and a screwdriver, just in case you don't know what one looks like, just give it a tap while you're turning. You can also use an impact driver as well, you know, the ones you get with the socket sets. Now the next thing that not many people know about is there is a screw right in the middle here, so that's got to come out quite long, and that goes into the fixed window here. Oh, that was a bit tight. And you can see the screw's quite rusty. So now, working on our nice bench, we should find that that pulls apart. Oh no, we're not, because we've got a rubber in here as well. We've got to take this rubber out. I forgot about that. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Don't have to take it out all the way, because otherwise we'll lose it. And there's another rubber in that side. How are we going to get that out? We were fighting against the rubber. We've got oh, there you go. That's how it comes out. Just give it a big pull. Right. So that's your that's your glass out of the way. Put them out because they fit into a channel. Because the fixed windows sit in a channel. They are a bit of a struggle to put around together, so you can see. They sit in this channel here, so we've got to sort of semi-assemble this, or disassemble it, when we come round to fitting it again. Now, I think the best thing to do is pull all that lot out from one side, and then we've got this rubber filler again in there, and that's our window apart. Well, you can see this. So on the inside of the car, there's this rubber channeling. I'll probably have to use this as a reference for myself. It's been a long, long time since I've taken these apart. So that's your rubber out, and that's your filler strip when you take that out. The felt seal, we'll do that last. That's quite of an easy one to do, but we'll take it out anyway. We've got new seals to go in. And that's it. So all we've got to do now, oh, I might as well take that piece of rubber out as well. All we've got to do now is clean these pieces up and give them a coat of paint. Now they are, you can probably, let's see, you can probably see how dirty they are inside. And these have got a little metal plate, a steel plate that's pop riveted or riveted onto the sides. But you can see inside there all the dirt, dust and all sorts that's been accumulated. So we're just going to do one side at a time. All right? So that's quite easy. I think you'll be able to take care of that. The thing I need out today is the glass. So I'm going to clean up all those bits. We're going to pay attention to see what this seal's like. This seal here is usually a bugger. You know, it's usually all knackered. So now's the ideal time to change it. It slots in at the bottom. Now I haven't got any parts numbers for these, unfortunately, well, not on hand, but I'll try and dig out a list of parts that you need, because you can actually rebuild them quite easy. But again, that's the slider. So what we'll do, we'll put this video on hold until they come back from the glass place, and when the tinting's done, and then we'll put it all back together. Just do a little addition to this video. Right, where do these rubber fillers start and finish? Well, there's a rubber block in here at the top. This is upside down, but there's a rubber block, and this rubber filler here finishes just on there. See if I can get a screwdriver and get that out. There we go. So there you go. So that's where that filler sits, and this is on the slider on the left. So there's a little rubber block there, so you can quite safely pull that out. Ah, and that's where the other end of it goes. See this little like plastic slider on the bottom? This one's broken. I think we're going to try and find a new one. Now the other filler, where is that one? That's on the inside, and it starts just at the top, on the inside, at the top where your catch is. Alright, so then you can pull that one out. Get rid of that. So you know where those go. Like I say, the rest is just a matter of taking the screws out. Now, the little tippet that I did, I marked on here, these are the left hand. So I'm marking on that rubber, left hand, like that, and same at the top, so we don't get them mixed up. Alright? See, there's been a little bit of watering, oh well, you can't see, can you? There's been a little bit of water ingress here, but you can see there where I've put the marks. So we'll clean these up, and we'll, like I say, I think we'll do a nice smooth black silicone all the way around, and that'll be nice. That'll make a nice positive seal. So I'll get on with doing that. I'm about to put these window frames back together, so I thought I'd give them a bit of a spray up first and make them look a bit tidy. However, I've just been sort of doing a video about using Jigaloo, which is a silicone lubricant, on speedo cables, but you've got to get the silicone off your paintwork first, and it's very hard to see, and it makes fish eyes. And look at this here, see what it does? See, somebody had been using silicone. I thought I'd got it all off, because you can't sand it off, you have to use some sort of a product to take silicone off, but that's what it does, and you can see it all there. It's all caused those fish eyes, so I've got to sand that off and start again. So just be careful, because obviously somebody's been using silicone in these windows to ease the guides backwards and forwards. Now, talking about these windows, just before I do anything else, a couple of things you might have to know. See if we can prop that up there. Don't lose this little tube. I thought it was actually tack welded in. There's a little tube there to gain the height for the sliding window, for the fixed piece of the sliding window, should I say. But also, we have this plastic insert in here, this guide. It looks like it's not available anymore. I can understand why they've used the plastic, because obviously down here you've got your drains. Let's turn this like this so you can see it a bit better. That's your water drain, so if it was just felt, it would just clog up with all water and seeds and algae and bracken and deer. Be like a veritable forest. But they put a plastic insert in here, and it seems to be it's obsolete, that piece. Well, that's odd, because they still sort of make the windows, so why can't we buy the part? Anyway, I'm going to sort of build these back up again, because the owner said, well, they're going to take care of the tinted windows, and then I can get most of these windows done. So That's just a little bit of preamble about preparing up your paintwork and making sure it's okay. I'm going to sand this and then we'll start to put these windows together.